waiting so long. Okay, welcome for showing up. Swift Alarm is a personal emergency response system. It started when I thought, how can I make sure that my dad is safe in the farm that he bought when he was 71 without restricting him to his home, what the standard personal emergency response systems were at that time. This is the result. We put it on a smartphone. You can attach fault detection. I just give you a brief overview because we don't have cameras here to show it, and I invite you to my booth later at the startup section. So what you want to do is, in case of emergency, you just press the button. There is a countdown so you can stop it in case you accidentally hit it. Now, we do not direct it to a call center. We go through what we call social emergency network. That means you set up, you predefine who should be contacted. Of course, that's you initially. Makes a phone call, I stop it because otherwise John's telephone is ringing. You predefine basically family and friends, but the system is very smart. So, for example, you can leave the information if an accident happens at home, additionally to the standard circle of friends and circle of trusted friends. You want to call the neighbor because he's the guy who's most likely to immediately run over. Now, to see how it looks like, I apologize that I cannot show you better. Everything is text-based here, text message based. You do not require a data plan on that, and it will also work if there's no data, mobile internet available. You receive a message that says who sent the alarm and when, information about the person, which may be required by an ambulance, information for the ambulance, such as allergies, medication taken and medication required, basically insulin, that's the most likely case. Now down here you have the receiver gets a link, presses the link, it opens very slowly, as you can see, as some internet here is very slow. It shows where the alarm was triggered. In case you don't know where that is, you can route there. That of course doesn't make sense here because I'm right next to it, but it will lead you through it. Why? Because it's about speed. If something happens to your mom, if something happens to your dad, you want to be in the car and not waste any time to come to his rescue. And finally, the system tells you a little bit more. Sorry, pressed the wrong button. In order to assess a little bit what the matter of the incident is, it takes two photos, front and back. There's not a lot to see here now, of course. That will tell you basically two things. Number one, if it's inside a building or outside, that's an information that's valuable. Number two, if there's a person with a gun, with a knife in front of the user, that means don't call the ambulance, call the police. Number three, that's a very typical case. In about 85% of our cases, it's the photograph of the ceiling of the blue sky. That is a typical user case. The person is on the floor, triggered the button manually, or the fault detection triggered the button, and that's why he took a photo of the ceiling. That is the case. Now you can decide, are you close by? Then you go there yourself. Are you too far away? Then you call the ambulance and direct them to it. And you even can, as it's text message based, you can forward the text message to whoever wants to, whoever you think can respond to that. That is what we do. We price it very cheap. The cheapest version, the one I just showed you, costs $6.99 per year. That's $6.99 per year. And again, I invite you to come to my booth. Thank you for your attention.